So my name's Becky. I'm the chief exec of an organisation called the Sexual Assault and Abuse Support Service, and we support survivors of any kind of sexual assault and abuse from the age of 5 upwards of any gender across Buckinghamshire and Milton Keynes. The majority of the work that we do is one-to-one counselling, but we also have group work and advocacy as well for those thinking about or have reported their experiences to the police. So a lot of our work is face-to-face because of the nature of the trauma that is involved when people experience sexual violence. So we have 2 offices or 2 premises, one in Aylesbury and one in Milton Keynes. Now, I joined the organisation in March 2023 and was told one of my first things to do was find another office to move into because the lease that we, and I was told the lease that we had was technically until the September, so this was the March, technically until September, but we could extend for a further 6 months. So in my mind, I was thinking that would be kind of February, March 2024. I've never done anything to do with commercial property, not my area of knowledge at all. It was just a case of, along with lots of other things that comes with being CEO, as I'm sure you can empathize with, just have to start figuring it out. And it's probably one of the things that worried me the most because it's just not, even, in private property, I've always kind of not, left my husband to do everything, but delegated that it's not my area of expertise. I'm not really going to add any value here. You can look after that and I'll think about what cushions we're going to have where or whatever. I knew I needed some help because I didn't even know where to start. And so because we were recipients of a grant through the Lloyds Bank Foundation. So I spoke to them and said, because they said, how's things going? And I said, I'm really worried about this property issue. I just don't know where to get started with it. And that's when they linked me in with the Ethical Property Foundation. And I can't tell you the relief that I had just from that initial call with someone to talk about, the support, what's available. I was just like, thank God, I'm not having to do this all on my own because we are such a small charity. I'm the only one of the team that isn't service delivery kind of focused. So they don't have the time because we're, hugely under-resourced as a charity as we are. And the last thing I was going to do was ask people to, not spend time with service users and survivors to help me with the property stuff. So to make sure that I was supported and kind of informed of what we needed to do was, yeah, a massive relief to me. The support that we got was really, really kind of holistic to our needs. So David came to see the property that we were in to get a view of, how we need things structured. So I know the fashion at the moment is to have nice open plan buildings, but because the work that we do is kind of really one-to-one based, we needed somewhere with lots of little rooms, and also there's other things to think about in terms of our premises. So there's a safety aspect. So a lot of our service users are in abusive relationships or maybe in refuge. And so we need to make sure that there's lots of safety things to think about that other places, other organizations may not need to consider these things. So, and then he helped me to kind of just learn how to look for properties. I didn't even know how to do that. So, we went walking around the town centre. He would send me properties, I'd send him properties and say, what do you think about this? He would help with kind of booking the viewings and kind of giving me advice on what I needed to ask, what I needed to look for. And then he also helped with, because as I said, I was told we had a 6-month extension, and our landlord, who was the local council, decided that they weren't going to offer that. And so he was able to negotiate that, yes, we were having that. And just having that ability, because, I think property people give charities or probably small businesses too, these really long lease kind of legal documents, but I don't understand kind of heads or tails of it, and they expect us to know, and they'll just point out a clause and all of that kind of stuff. So having someone who could look at our lease and go, actually, no, because they didn't give you this, that means that they don't get to not do that. That was really, really helpful as well. And then obviously negotiating the lease on our new property and helping us kind of think about the things that we might want to do to kind of future proof ourselves for future issues. And yeah, being a bit stronger on the negotiation than I'm probably used to being, because you know, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. So maybe I'm too nice, whereas we needed someone who was going to be a bit stronger and say, actually, no, you're a charity, you deserve this. And sometimes you just need someone to tell you that, don't you? You know, I don't think that we could have done this alone. And I don't know what I would have done had I not had the support of the Ethical Property Foundation, just in terms of my well-being and stress management. It has been, yeah, honestly priceless, and I can't thank you guys enough, really.